CMSportsNet presents A Season Lost, High School Lacrosse 2020. Brought to you by Carroll Lynx.
Hello, and welcome to A Season Lost. I'm Ben Love. My guests today are Jeremy Benson, head coach for Century High School Lacrosse Team, Jackson Zimmer, and Alex Ellis, who are players for the Century Lacrosse Team. So, Coach, obviously we talked about this affecting seniors and their chances to get scholarships, but what are your plans internally? Have you talked with like the Carroll County athletic director? What are you guys doing, or do you know what's going to happen next year?
You're talking about for like our regular season for Century?
For regular season for Century, and I guess they would fill in the spring and fall coaches all together with their timeline. Have you heard anything on what they're looking to do?
Right. So what I do like about the way that Maryland's kind of handled it is they're kind of staying quiet, you know, and they're definitely planning on different things and different options. But I do appreciate that they didn't just give up on the season from the beginning and just canceled everything. That they, you know, took a two-week break and they didn't have a plan right away. They kind of came out with a few things that they might try to do. But then as they just kept pushing it back, we knew it wasn't going to be an option. And then moving forward, I mean, I think they're really still deciding on what exactly the fall is going to look like. I've heard a few rumors of football being moved to the spring or certain things like that. But I think it's just so, I mean, we've been dealing with COVID for what feels like a while, but I mean, September is pretty far away in the grand scheme of exactly what's happening. So I think they are staying, you know, they're thinking of what they're going to do, but they're staying patient with what they're deciding and kind of figuring out exactly what happens with COVID.
Right. That makes great sense. Lacrosse really isn't a sport where you can socially distance very well at all. I mean, I can only think of maybe golf as being one of the only sports that would be no problem. You could still play that.
Right. And I think that the way that they change practices, even just in club, we don't have kids on top of each other in line drills. You know, we are keeping the kids as distant as possible. We're not, when a scrum happens, sometimes we're just blowing the whistle and separating it. So there's a lot of things you can do to help. But yeah, we're not going to, you can't play even soccer, which is less common. You can't play while keeping social distance. It's just not a reality. So
right. Yeah. It's certainly not going to be the game of lacrosse we all know and love.
Yeah.
It would be way different. It would almost be like foosball.
Right.
You have to stay in this zone.
Frisbee.